Hi, friends, welcome to the month of August on my allotment in the UK. Thank you so much for clicking in. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Mecca. I live in the south of England. I grow most of my vegetables in a very short growing season. Yeah, we have about 5 months of effective growing in the UK. And I want to share with you what August has been like. This video was actually taken in the middle of August, and we're at the end of August 2023. Tomatoes are everywhere now. Like yesterday I harvested 20 kilos, so this was about just when they were beginning to ramp up, so lots of ripening tomatoes, which is really good. However, we also have blight. Thankfully, I planted my tomatoes in 4 different spots, so this particular spot here has no blight at all. Fingers crossed, we'll keep it that way till the end of the season. All right, so tomatoes, I am harvesting enough at this time to store, and we want to preserve this thing for the winter months so that we don't have to buy tomatoes next year. Over to the greenhouse, or polytunnel as you know it. This is where I harvest a few more tomatoes. This is actually self-seeded, and a few cucumbers. The temperature, as you can see, is fluctuating. We're having really highs and sometimes lows. Peppers as well. I grow all my peppers in the polytunnel because the outdoor weather is just too cold, so we have a lot of peppers.
Here's what we've harvested so far. This is gonna give me a little bit of sauce that I can preserve. I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna also add some of the red peppers there, but the yellow ones will be frozen, and this can be cooked or used in my salads. I have also started my onions for winter. So these are my red baron style, and these are the Japanese ones, but as you can see, not much germination. They were both planted on the same day. In the middle of my shooting in the polytunnel, was overheated, the phone, so I had to stop recording, and I carried on doing those jobs. I'll show you the other jobs that are needed to be done now, and I want to show you something about sweet potatoes. So right here, these are my sweet potatoes. Can you see how beautiful they look? But look at those ones there. Same sweet potatoes, but because they are in containers, they don't want to be in containers. They really do better in ground, like literally so good. So if you want to grow sweet potatoes in ground in the UK, the issue is it's too cold. So what I've done earlier in the season, I covered the sweet potatoes with a little cloche, and then I've let it open now that it's warmer, and later in the season again I'll cover these ones, okay, and take those ones into the polytunnel. The ones in the polytunnel containers are bigger, so probably that's why the containers are bigger. I have just fed it. You need to feed the ones in containers periodically, but the ones in ground, once you mulch with compost, no, you don't necessarily have to feed, but you can anyway. And I have fed it with my comfrey, homemade comfrey, and dandelion and nettle tea, and that works really well for my plants. I'll show you what my view is like. This is my view. That's corn over there. I've got some basil here. These are meant to be African basil, but I don't know what happened this year. I'm just not getting what I've planted or what I thought I planted. They're from saved seeds. So anyway, they are like curry leaves now. They're like a type of basil, but they're not the African basil. The beans seem to be finishing up. I have picked a few. I'll show you later. Like I said, I had to stop recording because the phone was overheated. Yeah, there are a few here I could actually have picked. Let's pick them. Yeah, and then I'll show you some corn. We might harvest a few corn cobs today to save for dry seeds that we can plant next year, so I don't have to buy my seeds every year. We harvested quite a good amount. I'm not sure the weight, but it was a good amount, and we've gifted out a few as well. When this is dry, as you can see, it should be ready. Look at this one. This isn't as dry. Can you see the dry tip? And that's not very dry. So this is how you know when corn is ready. The silk dries up. So this should be ready. And there's a little sign of a corn worm. Can you see the corn worm sign? That tells you the corn worm's been visiting. And I think that is ready. I'm gonna pick one. So this plant still has 2 more cobs.
Next off, I have to tidy up. Tidying up is essential to ensure disease, and pests are actually at the minimum, especially because we're organic gardening. So this is my brassicas. These are Brussels sprouts. Actually, these are the calabrese or the broccoli that are finishing off.
It's getting really hot. I've just got a few more beans to pick and I'll show you what I've picked at the end.
Lots and lots of boloti beans are beginning to ripen. I like harvesting them green, sort of like fresh, and storing it in my freezer. And now most of the beans we're having on the plant are just what we want dry. We're going to harvest them as dry pods and either cook them dry or save them for seeds. So this is what we have this time of the year. Lots of beans still in production. There are flowers everywhere. Like, I really love August in the allotment because all the flowers are literally in bloom. So the main flowers, the sunflowers, I'm cutting these flowers and taking into my home every day, and I'm enjoying the beautiful blooms. We also have blackberries. Now, these are spineless blackberries. If you grow any blackberries on your plot, it should be spineless because otherwise you'll be inundated with thorns. So flowers, my neighbor's flowers are just so beautiful. Echinacea, my echinacea died this year. I don't know what happened. Anyway, this is what we're doing next. Now, this is the second place I planted tomatoes. I told you I have tomatoes in different areas, and now we have.
But these ones have to go. You don't do anything with these. They're definitely just rotting. They're literally rotting. So I'm gonna get rid of them and keep our fingers crossed. This section is worse off than any other section.
And most importantly, you have to take off all the blighted leaves. Now, next up, it's our cabbage, guys. I wanted to harvest my first purple cabbage of the year, and do you know what? I don't think I want to grow cabbage anymore. Purple cabbage, to be precise. It's a lot of faff, and then you end up with a lot of, look, slugs were eating this thing. It's a beautiful cabbage head, don't get me wrong. I'm really happy about it, but it's just too much faff. I'm not doing it anymore. Finally, I'm gonna be growing some green manure, and these are flax seeds. Have you ever grown flax as green manure? This is my first time ever growing flax, as green manure or as a cover crop, just because I found that actually flax is really, really good. It can really help with the soil life, and actually there's a few people that have done this. So I thought, I have flax seeds at home. I had this empty bed where I harvested. I might as well grow some. We also are inundated with raspberries, like raspberries every day. Listen, we can't keep up. And this is the biggest year of raspberries ever. I'm running out of ideas what to do with raspberries. So any ideas are welcome because we have kilos upon kilos in my freezer space. Next, I'm going to look at the corn. We needed some corn. We've been eating this sweet corn all month, actually. And it's been really, really delicious. So yeah, this is August. This is what we've harvested today. I'm really grateful for this allotment space. I can get a lot of food, and guess how much I have harvested in money? It's nearly £1,000 worth. I have been taking records and keeping clips of what I've harvested for the month of August. It's the best harvest so far. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.